Hi, everyone, and welcome to Dad is a Joke for another episode of Retro Arcade versus Retro Console. And today we're going to be playing the awesome, well, my favorite game, my number one favorite game from the 80s was Gyruss. This is another game that was taken off from the original Space Invaders and also Galaga, where Space Invaders had the aliens attacking the spaceship at the bottom of the screen, and then Galaga took that, or Galaxy took that one step forward and made the non-moving, or the enemies moving side to side from coming down and attacking from you. And then Gyruss took it to sort of this 3D tunnel effect view, and it's just a fabulous, fabulous game. My high score currently on the game is 99,550. That's the highest I've ever done. Even better from when I was a kid. Destroyed my high score, or my personal best. So let's go into it. Let's put in the credit. And let's see how well we can do again. And this game was just fabulous. It's one of those games that I found at an arcade that was, and it's hard to describe. It's half mall, half what's it called, farmers market. This was a big thing back in the days in Montreal and Canada. So what it was outside was an outdoor market, and then they had like an indoor park where, again, market type foods and stuff like that. And they had an arcade called Labyrinth, and I found out that Labyrinth was a chain of arcades that was mostly malls around Montreal. So every Sunday, my family and I would go there, and guess what I'd head to the arcade. And one day, after playing a ton of Zaxxon over there, and that's where I learned to play that, this game was there. I instantly fell in love with this game. I don't even know how many quarters I pumped in that game. But the good thing about this, it's tough, but it's not stupid tough where you last 30 seconds. You can actually get to the challenge stage and feel satisfied that you made it all the way there, and then you usually die on the next screen because they ratchet up the complexity, or how hard the game is. So I need that double shot. Come on, give it to me. There we go. Because I need it for this, for the challenge stage. Okay. So yeah, I totally fell in love. So this is my number one favorite game. I mean, there's no other game that I enjoy, that I love, everything. This is like the best. Let me get through this first. Okay. Come on. Come on, come on. There we go. 10,000 points and free man. Woohoo! Gotta love it. Let's see how far I can get today on one credit. It probably won't be my high score, but we'll give it a try. Come on, come on. Oh, that was a mistake. The extra bonus points. Yeah, as a kid, I had a problem with this level, but now, not a problem. Even with my old man reflexes. And the music is to die for. It just, you start tapping your foot against it, and you really dig into the game. Force field thingy. Jesus, that was tough. And I avoided a couple of things, and I still got my ass kicked. Okay, let's go to the next level. $51,000. Oh, come on! The memories of when I was a kid, sucking out at this. I went right into that. Okay, folks, that's Gyruss in a nutshell. This, like I said, if I was gonna say, if you don't like this game, you must be stupid, but no. I mean, This game is really good. There was a lot of other games, but this game I totally fell in love with. So let's take a look at some of the other games now. So we're going to look at the Atari 2600, my favorite console of the day. So they made a version of it. Now, it wasn't Atari who made the game. It was actually when you see the game itself, the box art, you'll see what I mean. Come on, Gyruss, G, where are you? There we go. Now, if you look at the box art, Parker Brothers made it. So yes, back in the day, Parker Brothers, the good old board game manufacturer, was making video games, and they were making video games for just about every console out there, for the Atari, for the NES. Oh no, actually no, the NES wasn't by Parker Brothers. They did ColecoVision, Atari 2600, and I think they did a couple of the Atari computers and the Commodore 64. I think I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on that. But here's the version of it for the Atari 2600. And it also says under license from Konami, which is kind of cool to see that. And yeah, let's fire it up. Wrong one. Joe Rockland? No. Anyway, I don't know who made this game, but right now this doesn't look so great. And this is typically Atari. Let's just start it, and then and that's it. That's how the spaceships look. That's how the weapons they fire at you look like. This is how your ship looks like. Now, they got the 3D effect down. The explosion was stupid. There was no explosion. When the ships are done swarming you, they just disappear in the background. They don't sit there, and you can't shoot them until another wave comes out. Honestly, this is such a bad, like, and whoever was at Parker Brothers that okayed this should have been shot. That's why, to be quite honest with you, Atari 2600 games that had original IP were way better because you had no expectations. You had nothing to compare it to, so they looked awesome. That's why all of the Activision games that Activision made back for the Atari 2600 were original IP. And not only that, I read by David Crane on Twitter that they've learned a few tricks how to get rid of that flashing. So I'll show you in a minute what I mean by the flashing. You see it in a lot of Atari 2600 games. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not too bad. But as you can see, like when they get to the ships get to the middle, there's a bit of a flashing, and that hurts after a while, man. Your eyes just go buggy. This is not fun. And not only that, there's no background sound effects. There's no shooting. There's no nothing, or the ships coming towards you or anything like the arcade. They used the whole audio part of the chip just for the music, which was, I guess, they needed to do that to keep up with what I guess Konami wanted to do. Like even with the double shots, it's a mess. There's like stuff everywhere. This thing's giving me a headache. And when you're used to playing, every Sunday Gyruss, and then going home to this, okay, you know what? I had it. This is garbage. And this goes to show why the Atari 2600 and Atari almost took down the whole video game industry. It wasn't the game E.T., like the worst game on the planet that destroyed the industry. No, it wasn't that. It was all the shovelware that came out. There was so much shovelware, it lessened the value of the machine. And then there were other better machines out there that they had to compete against. They created the Atari 5200, which was a takeoff of one of the Atari computers, which had obviously more processing power, better graphics, but again, it was a very expensive machine. And the games for it were next to none. There wasn't that many out there that came for it, unlike the catalog for the Atari 2600. You remember the Atari 2600 came out, or it was called originally the Video Computer System, came out in 1977. By the early 80s, that's when it started catching fire. Companies realized you can make a ton of money from this thing, so they started putting out crap, and people would buy the crap. There was no internet back then with reviews and what have you, so people didn't know what they were buying. They would buy a game and they go, "This is garbage. Why am I playing this?" People who were in the know stuck with the good ports of arcade games that Atari made, that I've done on previous videos. You know, and there's other like ColecoVision television. Even in television, stayed away from arcade ports. They stuck to their own IP, but that was their downfall at the same time. They didn't have third-party support. I mean, that's the one thing that helped Atari was the third-party support, but it was also at the same time that brought them down. Okay, now let's move over to the ColecoVision version of the game. Now, the ColecoVision was built in the early 80s, so it does have a huge advantage processor-wise and graphic-wise over the Atari 2600. Plain and simple, just, 5 to 6 years jump on them, and you're going to put the latest and greatest stuff into your box to get better graphics and stuff like that. So, as you can see right now, it actually looks pretty good. And let's just start her up here. And just look at the game. Like, I mean, again, the ColecoVision was handicapped a little bit. The color palette didn't have like in the arcade. And at least you still had the enemies in the background that you could still shoot and have the enemies attacking you. They do look like spaceships like they do in the arcade. Also, your ship totally resembles the arcade version. Not totally, I shouldn't say that, but very close to it. And look at this, it has the proper 3 ships that come up, and you can get the double shot, kill stuff in the background, and have the proper warp effect, even though it's at a slower pace, but still a lot better. So if you were a ColecoVision owner and you love Gyruss and you took this home, yeah, I don't want to blow those asteroids are quick in this game. Why blow quarters when you have this game at home? And that was the cool thing about it was it's very close to the arcade, and that's the good thing about the ColecoVision. It mostly concentrated on ports. It has quite a few original IP games, but its arcade ports were just amazing. They were really, really good. Okay, we're going on to Neptune for the challenging stage. Oh, that's fast. I didn't expect that and totally missed them all. See, it's all very close. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's way better than the Atari version. Way, way better. And the funny thing is, it's made by Parker Brothers, the same people who made the Atari 2600 version. It just goes to show how much more power, how much better everything the... oh, just quickly dead there. And that's how... Oh, again! And that's how much better the game was. Or the console was to work on it. Oh my god, do they really ratchet up the hardness here? Well, let's try this again. This is not bad at all. Okay, got that. Oh, this side. Ah, I totally missed him. That was garbage. Come on, got it. And they should be next up here. Oh, that one got smart.
Wow.
Yeah, double shooter, very good. There we go, warping over to the second stage. Yeah, even the bullets that the enemy shoots are very close to the arcade. Oh my god, I'm doing awesome. And that's another thing Gyruss likes to do. If you do really well in killing all the enemies, they'll throw a fifth wave at you just for the sake of it. And they have it right here in the ColecoVision version. Okay, got it. Let's see, can I score perfect on this? Come on. See, and even the audio, they have the game sound and they have the music, both at the same time. Again, a more powerful machine, obviously, but you know, it did have its issues, but still, so much better than the 2600 version. But again, you guys have to understand, the Atari 2600 is my baby. Okay, who kamikaze me there? This game really gets hard on the fourth level. Holy crap. Ah! Oh, Jesus. 2 more ships. Come on. Oh, God, it's so fast. Can I clear the stage? Well, I'll be surprised if I do. I did. Oh, shit. All right. Level 5, stage 5. Oh, Jesus. Okay, folks, that's ColecoVision for the, or actually Gyruss for ColecoVision, which it's up there. It's a very good reproduction of the arcade version due to limitations of the hardware, but overall, it's very, very good. So next up, let's look at the NES version.